One of Luka's biggest strengths on offense is about his ability to take advantage of what the defense gives him. One way he does that is if he has a mismatch, an opportunity to attack, he's going to be very, very efficient with scoring. And we're going to look at 3 ways he's able to use his frame, his shoulder, his body to create that efficiency that makes the defense respect him so, so much. Let's go. First and foremost, when he has a post player on him, he has a little bit more leeway. And the reason he has more leeway is because Rudy Gobert in particular is going to be a little bit bigger. And so the referees aren't going to give him as many calls as they would someone smaller. So Luka can be a little bit more liberal with his use of, frankly, pushing off with the offhand. Okay, so here we're going to see with the left hand. We're going to watch the left hand here momentarily. And this is something that NBA officials have been calling more and more, but because it's a post player, oftentimes it doesn't get called. So if we watch this back at full speed, Luka extends this left arm and uses it to create the contact so he can have this little jumper. However, it's crucial that he does it where the referees don't have a clear view of it, and he doesn't extend it where the arm's fully locked out. He just uses the elbow to extend, which still bumps off Rudy's base and gives Luka the separation, but it doesn't look as egregious to the referees. And because it's a smaller player versus a bigger player, Luka's going to get more leeway right there to get that clean look. And Luka is fully aware of the advantageous position he has where he's going against more of a post player, and he can be that more physical. Again, we're going to see that off-arm usage right here. Now, I talked about in the past videos how he uses his arm to shield, but this is different because he's initiating contact with it to create that little bit of separation. So there you can see he was even briefly locked out with the arm extended right there to push away this defender. But because he's going to be the smaller player and because he doesn't hold it for very long, he gets a little bit of grace there, and he uses that distance, that separation to create it so he can go off balance and go up when the defense is not ready. You can see the defender's trying to call for the push off, but the issue is you're just not going to get that very often when you're a pretty big physical presence. But because Luka's more of a point guard, we kind of don't really see him as this big physical presence as we should. If Luka's coming downhill, like he is coming downhill with force, he's going to do it off timing so he controls everything, but he's going to put a shoulder into you if that opportunity is available for sure. And you can see the defender, I think he's trying to go for a charge here, but again, it's a dangerous proposition if you have someone that controls their body as well as Luka does. But he's putting his force on the way in here, and so he is moving the defender so that way the defender, even if he doesn't fall backwards right here, is going to take a couple steps to give Luka that slight opening where he can finish with ease. And then when there's a huge size discrepancy, same thing. Luka's just going to go full straight on like the body. Like there's nothing Mike Conley's going to be able to do here. You can't jump with him unless somebody gets a hand in here or something like that. But Luka's going to use his physical body and go up and over Mike Conley, and that's a difficult situation for Mike Conley to be the help responsibility, but it's not Luka's fault for taking advantage of the situation. But then finally, we can even see that Luka's physicality extends not just to guards or small players, but he does it with posts extremely efficiently, putting a shoulder into them to create that little off balance. So here, he's going to get here and he's going to wait momentarily, and then when likely gets there, he's going to off balance him with his shoulder with this contact right there. You can see it's difficult to pause it in time, but you can see his left hand extends here momentarily to shove likely off balance, just to create that slight opening that is all Luka needs. And again, because as a post player, he's going to have more leeway, and Luka takes advantage of that with his physicality. Luka is brilliant in the way he goes about attacking the defense because he understands where his advantage is every time. Defense a little bit late to get there. Luka says, okay, well, I just need a little bit of space. I'm more physical than you think I am. And look how much he off balances. This is a big dude coming to contest this shot. And Luka pushes him back like 2 clean feet to give himself an uncontested layup, essentially, because the dude's hand can't get there because he's not that long. He's just physically imposing. And so Luka uses his body to create that separation. And absolutely, like, the fact that you move a post player that easily is absolutely very, very impressive, and Luka does that with ease. Luka is absolutely one of the best players in the NBA at using his body and understanding when to use his body and when not to use his body to avoid the foul calls, but still create those openings to get either the and one or the clean look at the rim simply because he uses his body to create the separation that he does. Absolutely one of the best in the league. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, and most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.